All right, peace. Bronzebird here with another video. Before I begin, like and subscribe. Thank you. So this is a video I've been holding in backlog for a while. Decided to record it because I think it's very important we have this conversation sometimes. And I've led this conversation so many times about knowing the woman you're dealing with, knowing the man you're dealing with, and also knowing that when it comes to two parties form a relationship together to have a child, yeah, a lot of relationships become strained because it doesn't become about you anymore. It becomes about the children. And I've been noticing a few times within this year, a lot more people have been going batshit crazy when it comes to their life as a parent, to the point that they start to delete their children amongst themselves right afterwards. I believe I did a video, and if I didn't do a video, maybe I wanted to allude to it, where I remember earlier this year, there was a man who decided to kill himself after, complications came into his mental health. And, he had a gun in his house and he had his son crying. And he took that out on the police officers, in which they shot him, or or it was a whole shooting spree that happened. And he shot the mother of his child when she was in a car. So I say this because a lot of the times we don't go over this. I know for my own self, in my personal life, I always believe that mental health is important. I know in this society, a lot of things is getting harder, inflation, and just the whole entire thing of like life itself. But never feel like life is not worth living, right? And the fact of the matter, especially so-called black men who seem to be the upper echelons that's suffering from suicide and depression, we always want to extend the message that it's never too late to change your life, and it's never too late to just try to reel back into what is it that you have to do to become a better man. Also with this, you having a child with a woman you didn't mean to have a child with. I mean, that's on you. You have to take responsibility for that. But I've seen too many times, especially a post I just seen the other day on another social media site, where I've seen they had a story about this man who decided to drive off a cliff and kill himself because he didn't have much money to provide for his kid and he was a single dad. Being a parent is tough, man. I definitely will say that, but at the same time, we must remember that it takes two to tangle. You know what I'm saying? And that you have to try what you can try in order not to get in the situation you're in. You understand? So I just wanted to, peek in and share a little video with you guys about my thought process on what is it that I thought about these different things. It's a video that I won't show that seems a little bit more disturbing, but we'll talk about that another time. Uh, Let me just show you this video really quickly. So peep.
Kill his ass. You hear me? That's fuck. This shit's so fun. Look at my son right here. I just told him I'm gonna kill his ass. You hear me? That's fucking fucked up, cuz on my soul, nigga. But see, everybody think I'm joking, right? I'm playing, right? Everybody think I'm fucking playing, right? Right, okay. This gonna be the last time, this be the last video I make. Nigga, God rest my soul. Wook.
God is not going to be with you when you're on that journey, brother. And the thing about it is, it's so sad to hear the children crying in the back, knowing that their father is going to be so violent and so just out of order that he would dare to just kill his children and talk about it on social media just like that. Let's continue.
Over your foreman, you are responsible for your part in this too. You chose to be a destroyer, right? It's okay, fine. You hold this, take this with you. Tater, wow, 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 nigga. After everything I gave you, cuz. After everything, all I wanted was a conversation, nigga. I told you, nigga. All you had to do was talk to me, nigga. All I wanted was conversation. That's it. I wanted you to be woman enough to look me in my fucking eyes, nigga. After 13 years of my life, nigga, giving to you, nigga, and cut me loose. Look me in my face and break me loose, nigga. Look, break my heart. Look me in my eyes and break my heart, nigga. But you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. You want to go lay up with niggas and get fucked and nigga, whatever the case. You're slick, my nigga. You lied, my nigga. You're a habitual cheater, my nigga. And you.
Let me say something on that as well. I think it's also something that men don't understand, especially when it's the mother of your child. That woman has no rights to you. once the woman decides to leave, you just gotta let it go as a man, especially if you are someone that has a child with her, man. I think so many people get so entangled into the idea, oh yeah, I'm in a relationship with him or he has my child and this, that, and third. That doesn't mean anything to that woman. As a man, you gotta take that L, you know what I'm saying, and just move on and just be the best father that you could be. I mean, I understand that relationships get in the mix, and she had your baby and stuff like that. But at the same time, understanding that she's very unpredictable, you have to be understanding that sometimes it's going to be one of those sort of things. She will walk out on you, and she will go ahead and get on the next cock that she decides to get on, and there's nothing you can really do about it. You know what I'm saying? If your game is tight and you're able to do what you have to do, you'll get another woman. You'll be prized with another woman who will actually want to deal with you. Might not care the fact matter you have a kid. Or at the least, hey, it's an open market. Pay a couple of dollars for a prostitute. These days you got OnlyFans and you got different places where you can meet women at. I mean, if Tinder's still popular, that too. But you do have to realize that when it comes to situations like that, this is nothing you should throw your life over. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta suck it up and be like, hey, she did me dirty. I was willing for a relationship, but she wasn't. And peace out.
You have given yourself to men. You have given me STD behind this shit. Like, I'm not paranoid, cuz. You hear me? You fucked other niggas recklessly. I forgave you for it. You won't even come home, baby.
And this is a thing. After that one time you figured out that that person, that individual gave you an STD, dude, do what you got to do to get that cleared up or figure out a way to, make sure you don't encounter that situation. And I would say, let that woman get out your house, man. There ain't no reason why you should even be trying to conversate with a woman that's going ahead and willfully sleeping with all these different men unprotected. And then she comes home to you, have sex with you, and then all of a sudden you get an STD and now you mad at the world because all of this is going on. And look, listen, I'm only doing an analysis on this because I do feel a lot of brothers need to have these formal conversations. You understand? Especially when it comes to you being a man that's in a relationship with a woman that has a child with you. STDs is a serious problem, but take care of it as much as you can. But the first time, the very, very first time, I would even say still get checked up before then. But for the first time, you even witness that this woman is giving you STD, you should automatically be making exit plans. Like, I'm not dealing with this woman in terms as a romantic relationship or having sex. I'm gonna start trying to find coochie in another place because none of this is worth it.
You won't even come home like I'm a sucker. So watch this, Gayla. Watch this. Yeah. Carrie
City neighborhood is in mourning after a gruesome discovery. A woman walking her dog found a car with 4 people dead inside. 3 were small children. Police tell News 9's Brittany Toulis the children died at the hands of their father.
Stuffed animals usually lining the floors of kids' rooms are sitting here on the curb where the 3 children were found Saturday morning. A block grieving the loss of 3 young lives.
We stood out on our driveway and watched the tow truck take the white SUV away, and it just made me sick. Made me wanted to just cry. Yeah, knowing what had happened in there.
Neighbors and mothers saying their hearts hurt for the mother learning all 3 of her children were killed at the hands of their father, Francois Littlejohn.
And you know what the problem with this is? It doesn't, naturally people are going to react to this and they're going to be like, well, that's so sad, or I found them dead in the car and stuff like that. The problem with this is, it's a lot of problems with this, but I think the main problem that I see with this is, it's like the father tried to hold the kids up for ransom from the mother. The mother doing her mischievous things and conniving things, just doing what she does as, a woman that gets sick and tired of dealing with the man she's with. You know what I'm saying? It might have been because of frivolous arguments. He might have been working 70, 80 hours a week and coming home and she's not being pleased sexually and all this other stuff. See, I think the root of the problem with a lot of relationships is sex, okay? Sex and intimacy, right? And just the fact of the matter that the man is not giving more attention to his woman because he has to go out and, deal with the fact of the matter he has a lot of things on his hands as a man, right? And a woman is not being pleased, fulfilled, and stuff like that. She could go ahead and take it out on him and decides to go to another man who's free, is a bachelor, don't got no kids, don't got no baggage and all these different things. And, oh, I'm a single mom, but I still live with the dad. And, practically their relationship and their union is about the fact of the matter that they're roommates, ex-lovers, ex-sex partners. And so she decided to move on with a new man. And so, that's it for him. And the father has to sit back and suffering. And my only honest opinion on that is, like I said before, I believe this was some type of ransom. This type of thing where, he wanted to cause a controversy or mixed in with the fact of the matter, he is frustrated, but he wanted to take that anger out on his kids. And one thing, if I was a father, I have to make sure that I do not take my anger out on my kids because they don't deserve it, right? Whatever the situation is between the mother and the father should not be extended into the children. This is a lot of things that a lot of a lot of parents in the past suffer with too. And they didn't allow themselves to understand, hey, look, listen, I have to take more time into getting to know my woman or man, or the fact of the matter, it is not responsible for me to be dealing with you because I don't see you as a responsible parent that would be around my kids. I don't imagine you being the mother of my children. You understand? And brothers messed up with that a lot.
I can think about as a mom, what she might be going through. It's hard. Couldn't imagine, you do too, losing one, but let alone all three.
Oklahoma City police say Little John, the three kids, and their mom all lived together. They were called after Little John went Facebook Live, making threats to kill himself and the kids.
We received a 911.
And I made a video on that in case y'all want to view it. A video I made talking about don't become too entrenched in the internet portal, because the problem with this society is we are relying too much on social media to talk about our real problems. We're not dealing with it head on. We're not going to see a therapist anymore. The therapist is automatically the friends we have on Facebook, followers on Instagram, TikTok, and all these different things. We're not allowing ourselves to deal with reality and issues.
Call in regards to this at 4:14 that morning.
OCPD flooding the streets with officers, sending the helicopter for a bird's eye view, and we're in the process of getting an Amber Alert out. But that call came in just minutes too late.
The vehicle the man was driving pulled up into a neighborhood and parked at 4:11. This would have been about 3 minutes before police were notified. Sadly, he executed his own children and then turned the gun on himself.
The oldest child, just 6 years old.
The officers and detectives, they just looked more heartbroken than anything.
It's even worse to open the door and actually bear witness to that scene and actually see with your own two eyes what's happened there.
Police say they're still looking into what caused this. They also said that the father did not have a history of violence. In Northwest Oklahoma City, Brittany Toulis, Oklahoma's own.
What else could it be? Honestly, if you analyze exactly what was going on from the video itself, you can tell that the man was obviously frustrated due to the fact of the matter that the mother of his child was out there being scandalous, allegedly, right? And the fact of the matter is he's dealing with a lot as a father, and because he has all these trials and tribulations of being a father and stuff like that. But look, listen, man, you should know how it is dealing with, if you could deal with one kid, you understand how that goes, but then you're dealing with two other kids, you're dealing with three. So, obviously there's going to be more baggage that comes with that. And I just want to say this before I end that statement. There's nothing wrong with having children. Children is a great asset to this earth, right? And the thing about it is you have to know, if you've done this way before then, the woman that you're dealing with, that's why a lot of people shouldn't rush into relationships. They really shouldn't. And they shouldn't rush into having sex raw. You know what I'm saying? I understand that there has that Roe versus Wade thing going on and stuff like that. But hey, if the woman wants to sit up there and say she wants to have an abortion because she don't want to have children, hey, look, listen, do what she got to do. Honestly, we have all these different birth controls out here. So the fact of the matter is, if you didn't want to have a child with that woman, that is on you. That's why I always try to say that is your responsibility as a man. You should know that. But I'm going to get to this video right here. I'm not going to play it, for you guys to see it, but, just to give you a brief synopsis of the other things that I've seen, right? So let me check this out.
My children is dead. I'm done. I'm done with life. And it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done. I'm killing myself. I'm done. My children is dead.
In that brief video right there, the woman going off on, again, social media, talking about how she's blaming it on the father of her child. mean, look, listen, maybe you watch my videos, you'll get something out of it, maybe you don't. But the thing that I really find very disheartening in these situations is that it always comes down to the relationship between the mother and father. Whether you knew, whether you wanted to deal with the person you had to deal with because that person was infidelity. And the problem is this: both of these couples are not married. They decided to do the killing of their children and they're not married by the state standard. I mean, I understand even by the biblical sense, marriage would instill the fact of the matter that it's sexual union between each other. But at the same time, talking in this conversation, the problem is they're not even married by the state. They just have children together, allegedly. But when it comes to infidelity, that should not be a roadblock between the two, in which you should take that anger out on the other person, yourself, or the children. Be careful out here. Peace.